Hello, everybody. I'm Brittany Drish. I am an MSD teacher at Chandler School. This is my 8th year at Chandler's. I'm really excited to show you some of the things that we've been doing. I'm proud of a lot of the work that my students have done during hybrid, and I'd like to show you some of those things today. In the MSD setting, we serve a variety of students, kindergarten through 8th grade. It's typically low incidence. The bottom 1% of the population is in the MSD setting. We currently serve 13 students at Chandler's this year. Some of the disability categories are autism, functional mental disability, developmental delay. So our students need a little bit more help than others. We require a lot of prompting, a lot of hands-on. We require visual supports, just to name a few. Some of the virtual programs that we're using this year are News to You, Google Classroom, Unique Learning System, and Boom Cards. Not limited to those, but those are our main that we use daily. And I'll dive in more into what each one of those are now. News to You is an electronic program that we use. It's a lot like CNN 10, where it's a current event. We have a new issue every week. This week's is on very endangered animals. We read an article. There is a review page. There's a recipe. We also have different math, reading, writing, science, and social studies materials that correlate with the theme or the topic each week. I'm able to do this with both my in-person students and my online students. There's an interactive version through their website where the students can log in and read the article. It can be read to them if they click on it. We also do this in the classroom as well. If there is a breaking news, like you see down here at the bottom, sometimes I will record myself reading it and post it to those virtual kids at home. News to You is a great way to keep the students in touch with what's going on in the world. It's age appropriate for students kindergarten through 8th grade, high school even. And it's on their level. It's symbolated. They have visual supports. They're able to make choices without having to write if they have some of those fine motor difficulties. They're able to click or use an iPad or use a dabber in the classroom to choose their answers. They're highly motivated by this, both the students at home and in person. They're always asking, what's our topic this week? What are we going to do next week? So they really enjoy this. We also use the Google Classroom. This is for both our in-person and our virtual students. And that's just kind of our housing for random different assignments that we give. The middle school students have different assignments from the elementary students. It's all based on individual need. We have math, reading, writing, life skills, social skills, science, social studies, and current events materials in the Google Classroom. And let me show you that. We have virtual libraries, different literacy assignments, social skills, life skills, science, virtual libraries, News to You, and Unique Learning System, which we'll touch on in just a little bit. Here's some examples of student work completed in the Google Classroom. You'll notice that it's not just typing, it's not just choosing answers. Students, some of my lower level students in 1st grade and kindergarten are able to use their fingers to use one-to-one correspondence, dragging the leaves to the square board. They really enjoy activities like that, and that's something that can be done right there in Google Classroom. We have different reading assignments, and we do comprehension checks afterwards. And students don't have to do this on paper. They can choose electronically as well. Our writing, our vocabulary, students type in the words. So these are just some examples of some of the assignments that we have in our Google Classroom. Virtual libraries. I'm really excited about these. I've got a lot of great feedback from parents in regards to the virtual libraries. And what they are is each week I will assign a new virtual library to both my middle school students and my elementary students. So they have a new theme each week. And what it is they get to choose a book or two, or all if they wish. And if when they click on it, it will read the story out loud to them. So it's just like having access to a library while at home on virtual. Let me show you an example.
Form, so I can fight for our country. You like it? Soon, though, I saw how uncertain life could be. When I was 11, my dad died. We couldn't afford proper schooling, so my brother...
I really enjoy using these virtual libraries, and I'm excited to find more, create more. Here's an example of our monthly focus boards. Our elementary students and our middle school students each have their own topic. They are always similar, but they're slightly different due to age appropriateness. So September, our focus was I can follow the rules in elementary. In middle school was rules and laws keep us safe. And in our focus board, it has our words of the month, the two books that we focus on, vocabulary words. It has a link to the standards, and I will show you the interactive version. Okay, here is our elementary version of the focus board for this month. It's not just to look at, you can actually interact with it as well. So for example, when I click on the book, it will take me directly to the book, and it is read aloud to them. It is time for dance class. Betsy moves and dances with friends. Follow along. Make your body move now. And once you click on a word on the word wall, it will take you. Play. Okay. And students will do a boom cards activity to practice those word wall words. Along. Now. Okay. Going back to vocabulary, if you click on a vocabulary word, it will take you directly to that word. Side. It will read the word out. Position to the left or right of an object. So it will read the word out loud, the definition, and a visual support in both the form of a picture and an animation. Circle. To move all the way around someone or something, especially more than once. Okay. Clicking on the standards assignments that we do on our focus. Unique Learning System is another one of the programs that we use. Our virtual only students will use this every day, and our hybrid in-person students will use this on the days that they are not in school. It is actually used from the same program as News to You. There are plenty of visual supports in all the assignments, a lot of real-world connections. And a really neat thing about it is aligned to each individual student needs. So whatever level they are on, when it comes to independence in reading, writing, math, it will give them assignments especially made for them. Another neat thing about Unique Learning System is that it collects data for me and aligns everything to the standards. And I am able to guide my instruction based on the data that I am getting. Boom Cards. Boom Cards is my students' favorite virtual program to use. They're kind of set up like games while they're learning and practicing skills. I really like to use these for daily practice, but another cool thing about Boom Cards is it's really good for data collection for IEP goals. I really stress to parents that when they're doing boom cards with their children, that they don't help them as much as possible, so we can get an accurate data point. This is also something I can do with students one-on-one in personal Zoom meetings together to track progress. Every Friday, we like to do a whole group Zoom meeting, so all of the classmates have a chance to be together in some way. During these meetings, we try to make them fun, try to make them really social, so get the kids interacting as much as possible with each other. And some of the ways we do that is we say, "How are you?" and give each student an opportunity to answer, whether they are verbal or nonverbal. We use different visual supports during those Zoom meetings to make sure that every child can communicate. We go over the daily weather. We do our calendar. We ask questions. Would you rather work at a doctor's office or at a library? Would you rather eat ice cream or spaghetti? Just to get those students talking with each other to build their socialization skills when they are at home away from their friends. They really love the fun fact of the day. They look forward to that as well. At the end of each week, I send this link out to parents to complete with their children. It is a weekly check-in form, and let me show you what that is. Okay, what is your name? Notice it's symbolated. Students will find their name associated with their picture. How are you feeling this week? Just checking in on them. Feeling happy, bored, sick. What did you work on this week? Did you do unique learning? Did you work on your Google Classroom and so forth? How can we help you? I had too much work. I didn't have enough work. I need help with one of the virtual programs. I'm struggling with my work, or I don't need any help right now. There's a spot for individual comments or questions from parents. Sometimes parents feel more comfortable contacting through this way more than an email or a phone call. They may feel more comfortable this way. I've got some really great feedback from parents in regards to workload through this exact form. And have a great weekend. So I send this out on Friday every week and ask that they give it back to me, send it in by Sunday so I can kind of plan instruction for the next week based on their individual needs. I created this Google Sheet to track student participation during virtual and just the different ways that they have participated. I check off the box. Individual assignments that they completed, I also put on the list. Any communication that I make with parents, I also put on the list as well. Thank you so much for listening and watching all the great things that we're doing in our classroom. I will tell you what, I really enjoy the hybrid model that we are using. I think it has been really great for our kids in particular to be able to social distance as much as possible. And they're also getting a lot of extra one-on-one attention. And I have really seen a difference in that in each one of my students. Thank you so much for your time.